Donald Trump and many of his Republican allies have spent more than a week at this point trashing the Biden administration for their alleged and completely fabricated horrible response to Hurricane Helene. Now, before I go any further, it is important to point out that President Biden has been in touch with the leaders of the states that were most heavily impacted, offered them literally whatever they need, and of course offered them a direct line to him should anything come to their mind that they may need in the future. Only Ron DeSantis of Florida, of course, declined to even meet with President Biden when he surveyed the damage. So, yeah. But of course, it is a lot of red areas that have been impacted by this. So Donald Trump and Republicans believe that this is some kind of partisan thing where President Biden is withholding aid, even though he is not. It is actually the House of Representatives that has been withholding aid. And of course, led by Matt Gaetz down here in my district in Florida, they didn't want to approve additional funding for FEMA. So yeah, that's a problem. When the Republicans refuse to properly fund the government, it's hard for the government to be able to assist in disasters. However, the Biden administration is still doing a pretty good job of it. And I tell you that to tell you this. Donald Trump, as he trashes Biden's disaster response, was reminded by several people that served with him in his administration that however bad you think Biden is, you, Donald, were way worse. Way worse to the point where you literally refused to give disaster aid to Democrat-controlled states because those are Democrats anyway. The first instance, which Politico identified 3 instances, according to Donald Trump's former aides, came from Senior Director for Resilience Policy, Mark Harvey. And Mark Harvey says that in response to the 2018 wildfires in California, Donald Trump was reluctant to give any aid because of the state's Democratic leanings. Harvey claims that Trump changed his mind after he showed the former president the Republican voting habits of residents of Orange County, California, which had been heavily damaged by the fire. Harvey said, quote, "We went as far as looking up how many votes he got in those impacted areas to show him these people voted for you. There's no empathy for the survivors. It's all about getting your photo op, right? Disaster theater to make him look good." But it's what they had to do in order to get him to actually help these people. They had to say, listen, there's more than just Democrats in California. Look, there's some people over here that actually voted for you. You going to let them just not have any relief? And at that point, Trump relented and said, okay, I guess. I mean, obviously, if there's Republicans there, I got to take care of them. Why is this not the biggest story in the country? Right? This story has actually now been out for 5 days. I had other things I had to cover in the immediate days. This one's been out for 5. This ought to be the front page news. This is vital for people to understand since we're less than a month now away from an election. You need to know that if there is a natural disaster, you better hope to God you're in a red state if Trump's president. Otherwise, he's not going to give you a damn thing. And you're not going to have responsible people like Mark Harvey or Olivia Troy, who is another aide who confirmed Harvey's story and then told even worse ones. But you're not going to have people like that in a second Trump administration. They will purge anyone who is willing to tell Donald Trump no, or maybe rethink that, or this is a bad idea. It's going to be an administration of yes men and yes women. So if Trump is back in office and we have a natural disaster, which we will, he will not give aid to blue states. He will not give aid to blue areas of red states. That's what we can look forward to. And that is why this does need to be national news. When the people who worked for him are out there warning us that this man will leave you for dead, we probably should listen to them. But more importantly, we should amplify those claims so that voters all over the country are aware of what would happen to them if Trump gets back in office. Hi, everyone. This here is little Athena. And Athena would like to know why you haven't subscribed to Fair and Balanced yet. So please, don't let Athena down. Subscribe today.